fall, but that is a question for tomorrow. The question for today is, what's all this about? Well, this is Lonely Mountains Downhill. It's a Patreon game for tonight. I've never heard of it before, but... well, there's no buts there. I have never heard of it before, but we're going to give it a shake for a couple of hours and see where it takes us. Hopefully, well, down this mountain. I've got it set up, but I really don't know what we're going to be doing here, so let's just jump into it and see where we go. There seems to be a lot of different places to go. Well, I can select my mountain, but it's all locked up. So let's see if we can just blitz through this then. Let's head on over there. We have no time pressure. We just get to explore. We go to all these checkpoints and complete the challenge. Easy peasy. And all these other options we do not get. I am not big into cycling. I've always had a bike and I've always been able to ride a bike. And I've always ridden a bike, but I'm not enthusiastic about it. It's just a way of getting from A to B for me. So I don't really have much appreciation for all the stuff he's got going from there. Regardless, let's go for it. L3 to steer. L3 still feels like a weird concept to me. L3 tells me you're meant to push the button, but apparently not. Oh, this is... knowing how easy it is to die in this now makes this feel a little bit worrisome, especially since we can't see so much in front of us. Whoa, now. I can't manipulate the camera, seems to be a fixed position for us. Is Stockholm okay for cycling, Jake? I can't imagine it's worse than the UK. Stockholm is built for cyclists more than it is motorists. They really like their cycling here. Right, brake. Can we figure out how to brake? Yeah, that seems to work fine. It works better if I don't accelerate whilst braking. But... seems to work okay. I was never particularly good at cycling. I couldn't do hopping around or anything like that, but I could ride it from A to B. And I enjoyed it well enough. I just, like I said, not enthusiastic about it. Now, motorbiking on the other hand. I used to love going around on a motorbike. I'm not sure I'd have the balls for it these days. Back then, I was younger, thought I was invincible. Now I feel quite a bit more vincible. We'll see though, I haven't been behind the wheel of a motorbike in a long time. Probably the moment I sit back down and pull the throttle, all that will melt away. Tell you what though, I wouldn't have the balls to do what this guy here is doing. Shings. One slip and you are going down tumbling. Right, he wants us to sprint. That seems to be the only way to clear that. Can I sprint up here though? Oh no, he's got wee weedy little legs, so he can't go up a hill like that. What a shame. I've only ever had mountain bikes or hybrid bikes. Nothing made specifically for going fast on. Well, what can I say? Mountain bike was kind of necessary around there. So I certainly hadn't heard of this game before, well, before today. Has anybody else seen this around or picked it up and played it themselves? I thought it might end up being something like Excitebike, but no, Excitebike was a race. This is just roaming around the hills on our bike here. Gotta say, so far so good. We haven't taken a tumble. Never seen it, says Paxam, but it looks comfy. Yeah, it certainly does. I'm noticing that there are alternate routes to be taken here. It just seems to take you wider around the bend, though. Nothing mind. Oh, there we go. There's the first spill. Get up, you wuss. You're fine. Barely a spill anyway, more of a spillette. So, it leads me to wonder just how much of a shortcut, or how much shortcutting can you do around here. Like, we're heading around here. I don't need to follow that dirt path. Surely I can go up and round and... oh. That particular fall does remind me of dinging in the front wheel on one of my bikes when I was a wee one, though. just smashed into the ground from a fall dead on, and the front wheel, well, wasn't much of a wheel anymore, it was more like a crescent moon. Oh no, that's just exaggeration. This guy's been watching too much football, he knows how to fake a fall there. What do they call them? Dives. He knows how to dive. Censored by the tree there as well. Explains a lot of the mental difference between Kid Jake and adult. I was fine. I always wore a helmet when I was on a bike. And I always wore my helmet when I was on a motorbike as well. I've only come off my motorbike once, and that was nothing too grim. It was a snowy day. Came off the ice, but I just went straight into the snow, so it wasn't very hard. And oh, I was trying to turn around there, but too sharp. And the only thing that happened was I cracked the mirror on the bike as well. All in all, it was a good fall. If you're gonna have a first fall, might as well be like that. Never ever crashed my car either. I am damn good behind the wheel. Unlike this guy, Jinx. Jake, will you be doing more Football Manager? You made that game fun to watch, so hats off for you. So, okay, this guy is a bit of a wimp here. So, I definitely had a good time playing Football Manager. The caveat there is, I don't think it would be a good... Okay, Football Manager is fun for 2 hours, and then it's not fun for the next 20 hours. And then it gets fun again after something like 50 hours. Kinda like Dominions. It looks like the kind of game where it's fun to goof around, and then when you're done goofing and need to actually try and figure out what you're doing, it becomes decidedly less fun. But then once you get over the hump of actually learning all the bells and whistles and levers that you have to pull there, then it gets fun again. Now, I had great fun with the faffing about. I would almost certainly not be having the fun with puzzling out how exactly to play that game. If I was to fight against something other than a bunch of Elgin under 18s, probably wouldn't go quite so enjoyably. Right, well that was simple enough, although I'm curious where the challenge of any of that was. No timer, no lives, we just would come off and keep going. Do we get ourselves a new thingamajigger available? No. Ah, right, okay, so you do the Explorer track, and then you get the not-so-Explorer tracks. I think I understand now. 21 crashes or fewer, and they're 3 minutes or less. I'm certain I can do it in under that amount of crashes. Can we customize our bike, though? Just the paint job. Let's go with Purple Rain. Some stay dry, others feel the pain. Right, that was a different kind of rain. Chocolate rain, that was it. God, that was a huge meme before there was the word meme. First time I heard that word, I thought it was pronounced Mimi. But thinking back, that was what, 13 years ago? 14 years ago? Still, we've learned the basics and explored the mountain. Now we can go down. Easy peasy. I wonder if we'll get custom jobs on this thing. Ah, so it's taking my time on each segment as well, that's cool. The camera angle does not beget going that fast, in my opinion. This reminds me a bit of Groove Coaster, actually. Some maps in Groove Coaster, they just don't show you the part that's coming. It can be really difficult to know what to prepare yourself for. Groove Coaster is a rhythm game that I play in the arcades, and for a while played on the tablet as well. I haven't touched my tablet in quite a while. Tablet got relegated to the use this when you're traveling, and I haven't been traveling in quite some time now. I think of bikes and cycling, the only guy in the community that comes to mind is Spambuka. Go figure, he's Dutch, loves his bicycles. But somehow this doesn't seem like something that Spam would be doing. Jake's secret agenda to become a German spreadsheet streamer now confirmed false. Good, I've thrown them off my tracks. I've done plenty of Germanic spreadsheet simulator gaming around here. Go figure, it attracts the kind of people that want even more. And go figure, Germans want their football. You'll never get a 7-1 again, though. Whoa, too fast, too fast. It was actually quite nice to get out on my bicycle for the very few weeks of glorious weather that we had here. And I thought maybe there'd be one last dying gasp of summer here in Sweden, but no. No, for the past 2 months it's just been misery outside. Now, I love the rain, and I quite like the cold. But I've also really grown to love oppressive levels of heat and sunshine. Ah, down we go. Oh, and it's this area again. Grown to love oppressive heat and sunshine. I would quite like to live somewhere where you could do this kind of thing for more than just about 2.5 weeks a year. But such is the Northern European curse. Strangely enough, though, my challenge here was, what, 21 crashes or fewer? And we've had 1. Have you been into... No, I've never been into skiing. I've never even tried skiing. I don't know if I would be into it. There we go. Easy peasy. It's madness that we even had a crash there. I'm wondering if I could do both of those challenges in one run. I was only 4 seconds off of getting the other one done. See what it has for us after that. Have you any progress on your moving plans? No, not at all. I'm waiting for the global situation to stabilize. Right, well that has given us Wandering Woods. Although, I kinda, while I'm still here, I want to get that other thing done. Let's go for it. 3 minutes. It's just the same as what we did, but without crashing. It's a shame that we won't see Grimsby Football Club make it to the top, but I 100% understand. Well, why don't you do it, Euristo? The difference between you and me is that you probably know a thing or two about football. Yeah, that's right. That's the only difference between me and Euristo. Oh, well, that's pretty bad. Can I restart the whole run? Yeah, I can restart the run. Unbeknownst to you, I also have an army of half-painted skeletons. Okay, now that I have a timer behind me, this whole thing takes a completely different look. Now I know I gotta go fast, despite the risks that we know are in front of us. Oh, and that's a risk in front of us. It's alright though, a small crash like that is no biggie. Clues in the name, small crash. Oh, that might be a bit of a bigger crash. Oh, what a wimp. Okay, so maybe I can't do it that fast. Let's head back and try the other route. So, wait, was that called Widow's Ravine? Because it kills a lot of people? Right, so I like this approach. First time around, you just take the exploration path, get to know it before you start shoveling on the challenges. How's the game feel? Feels pretty comfy core to me. Also feels kind of blurry. Is that just me, or... I think I have all the graphical settings maxed out. It feels strange, but a little bit of it reminds me of Snake Rattle and Roll. A lot of the verticality, and the fact that falling really can hurt, I guess. Not enough snakes screaming, though. Who was it that did the most miserable run of Snake Rattle and Roll I've ever seen? Oh, yeah, it was Baron. Right, the answer to that question, regardless of the game, is usually the same. But yeah, Baron. Good old Baron. He'll cure anybody's imposter syndrome. Talk smack, get smacked. Ooh, I wonder if there's any way I can head down here without this guy just crumbling like he's made of pink wafers. Oh, there we go. Nailed it. And I'll never be able to nail it again. Ooh. Ooh, I might be a natural at this. I was worried that I talked smack and gotten smacked, but no, we're okay. Something else to like about this game, there's no UI. At least not when you're doing all this stuff. It's just you and your surroundings. Nothing to distract you from imminent doom. Let's try this. Can I take this way? I'm not sure if that helps in any way, but it would be very troublesome playing this game and being a perfectionist. If you were trying to shave off every minute you could, you'd be at this for a long time. Not to distract you, and nobody to save you when your face peels off after hitting the side of the ravine. It's alright, we're wearing a helmet. The face is not a vital organ. In fact, scars on the face are just stories to tell. The brain, though, you need that. We don't have Luciferium in real life yet. The path that I passed there in the background gives me the feeling that you might have been able to avoid that checkpoint altogether. Alright, pretty glorious. Give me the challenges, though. I'll go and crush those as well. Unlock paint job. Oh, right, this is what you get if you do that. What were you going to give me here? Unlock an outfit. Ah, screw the outfits. That's a waste of everybody's time. Say what you want about the brain, but Young has managed to get through life just fine. Right. 24 or 2 minutes 40 and under, and we get unlock trail. The next one, I assume. No, wait, new trail on this mountain? And this one gives us a new mountain. Okay, surely we can do these two together. Not a difficult challenge for us. Can we customize you with something? No, we're still on the same one here. Outfit, helmet, body. Deep. Okay, let's get to it. No matter what that Pokemon held, it's going to have to remain the rival. It's given me a new mental image of the man. After all, he was playing as Femshep, so I couldn't exactly... not self-insert, but third-person insert held in his Shep there. Not to mention, Femshep looked somewhat competent at what she was doing. Easy now. We're not here to crash, we're here to win. So sure that was a crash. Oh yeah. I've had a real over-the-handlebars crash on a bicycle before now that I think about it. But again, I wore my helmet, so I was okay. Didn't scar me either. What does it take to get into some real accidents in life? The only scar I have is from where I've been glassed by one of my friends. And even then, you wouldn't be able to... I doubt anybody could tell it's there. Way too faint. Controls-wise, this feels really good. It's really reacting to what you punch into it. Although maybe it's because I'm big into my platformers that I'm enjoying it so much. The controls, that is. As to the game, though, this is just peak comfy. This is to, well, I don't know, cycling, physics, speedy games. It is to that what Euro Truck Simulator is for the trucking game. Whoa, pretty genre-defining levels of comfy. I wouldn't be opposed to some music with it. I don't know what it is with me streaming games that don't have music in them these days. I'm not sure we're gonna make it in time. I also can't remember what the time that I'm meant to beat is. Oh, there we go. Every single one of them done. Go figure, I'm just too good, but there you go. I'm looking forward to Super Monkey Ball 2 on Sunday. I'll probably wake up early for that. Well, Pizza, I promise I will start that stream on time, unless something truly outrageous brings me down. Is wanting to sleep longer truly outrageous? I might as well stay on this mountain for a wee while. We've only just started. Oh, they've given us some expert courses here because we cleared all the beginner stuff. What do you want me to do here? 2 minutes 15 or under with 7 crashes or fewer. We did this in 2:23, so that would essentially be the same but without any crashing. But I get myself a pace breaker. I like the sound of breaking something. This game has better graphics than Moon Rune Factory, yes. It was quite nice reading angry Japanese comments on 2chan from Moon Rune Factory players. What were they calling themselves? The unpaid beta testers to insert the Western homosex patch. Something like that. It's good to feel, it's good to not feel alone in not liking something. Maybe that's why image boards exist in general. I mean, I have a lot of love for Rune Factory, but there was a lot that's hard to tolerate in Rune Factory 5. And of course the most damning thing is that even after playing an ungodly amount of Rune Factory 4 and replaying an ungodly amount of that, after I finished streaming Rune Factory 5, I did not touch it ever again. Now I'm a sucker for the series. I will probably get the Western release. Oh no! Oh, that was one way to get some release. I'm not making it in that time limit now, am I? I will probably pick up the localized release and play through that, but not on stream. I think we've all seen plenty enough Rune Factory on this channel for one lifetime. Well, then again, I never streamed Rune Factory 3, did I? I mean, compared to 4, it's not very good. It's antiquated. If somebody can pay more attention to the timer than I can on this, when I crash, do I get a time penalty, or does it add all the time that I spent on the previous run as well? I cannae tell. Well, that lets me find out. Maybe it just resets the timer altogether. Ah. Hang on, this looks like a possibility. Alley-oop. Oh, ooh, we gotta do that a bit faster. I'm not getting that 7 or under at this rate. Okay, well it's 7 or fewer, so we can still... Oh, okay, well... It's truly the Helden of cycling. Go for it! Oh, this better be a shortcut and not a long delay. Good heavens, even if you're not into cycling, there's a lot to be said positively about this game. It's pretty fun. Unfortunately, I'm going to be just a little bit too slow. In fact, I think I was even slower than my previous time. Still got my paint job and my outfit. Let's try that other run then. Yeah, resetting for the last checkpoint's very nice. I figured the crashes would hurt you in terms of time. Alright, rocky stairs. Let's give you a quick explore and go for it. I still don't have my Trailblazer though. Ah, I see, you need parts for that. So there must be some challenges you complete to get parts. So this new one is less stable, less good at sprinting, and far less acceleration. Oof, don't like that. In games about going fast, I prefer to have fast acceleration than fast top speed. Why? Because I crash a lot. So I need to be able to pick up that speed nice and fast. A big part of this game, says Von Dougals, is finding the shortcuts. You will need them for the harder pass. How's that for a shortcut? I certainly descended quickly. Okay, maybe there's a shortcut over here. I actually think there is. Let's believe in ourselves. Oh yeah, right, the big rock. The big deadly rock. That wasn't even a crash. It was just gravity doing what gravity does. Easy does it now. Wonder if I could just... There we go. Although turning around doesn't seem easy. There we go. I would appreciate some more camera control in this game. Being able to zoom out, for example, and seeing more of the mountain at one time. For example, that 160-degree turn kind of caught me out of nowhere. Although maybe that would trivialize finding all the shortcuts. Again, there's my shortcut. I don't know, Pizza. I feel bad whenever I hear someone else echo that Hive Fleet isn't any good. It wasn't the game for me, for sure, but I'm sure if you're the kind of person that likes what it does, it's a pretty great game. There's a lot of positive things being said about it on Steam. Oh, I wish it was that easy to climb a tree on a bike. Oh, that's right, this thing's called the Stairway. I guess this is kind of that stairway. Hey, that's nice. Sound design on this game's fantastic. That's the sort of game you get Bane to stream and then you just watch. Well, from what I can tell, Pilot Wings is the game I get Bane to stream and just watch. Easy there, buddy. If anybody missed it, and I'm sure some did... Ooh, I can take a break. Don't mind if I do. I'll grab a drink while I'm at it. Yeah, that's one of the top things about riding around on a bike. And one of the upper half of things about riding around on a motorbike is just finding somewhere to stop and enjoy the scenery. I don't find the same feeling when going around in a car. Probably because driving a car is really comfortable, whereas riding a motorbike can be, but often has its discomforts, and there's certainly no comfort to be had in riding a bicycle. In fact, if there is, somebody needs to tell me the secret. It's tiring, it's sweaty, the seat just lodges into your ass in the most horrible of ways. And that's if you choose to sit down. If you don't choose to sit down, it's a lot of standing and pumping. Get a wider seat in your bike. I actually tried that once. They were selling these wide gel-filled things, and I actually thought it made it worse, because it made you want to sit down more. Hang on, what? If you don't go through all the checkpoints... Can I just crash my way into my tent? Okay. Right, so although you can find yourself some shortcuts, they will make long delays if you don't go through all the points. That's a bit nasty. Does that mean that... Oh, doesn't mean that. Now I'm going to be second guessing myself. Is this shortcut an okay shortcut, or am I going to miss the checkpoint? Deary me. I don't think I'm going to be getting gel or otherwise anymore, Andarius. I have a half-decent bike, but it just gets used so infrequently because it's just not the weather for using one very frequently here. Oh, cannot deny my desire to go into that water. Go! There we go. I don't think he can swim. That's also some pretty good-looking water. If I was that guy who just makes posts about nice water in video games, I would definitely be making one about this. Fits well with the aesthetic. Can we take a break here? No, I guess not. Chain must have rusted out and collapsed in there. Oh yeah, looks good, sounds good. This game doesn't do much, but what it does pretty well. Curious about this route, though. What's the implication? Get up there. Maybe this is another break spot. Or maybe I'm just doing an anti-shortcut. But that wouldn't make any sense, because then you'd miss the checkpoint. Okay, but now I'm all but certain I have just backtracked. Ah, no, I see. This would bring... I'm still feeling that that would miss out on a shortcut. What's a man to make of that? I do not know. That visceral grinding of the ground when you do a quick turn. Ah, and all the wee bits coming flying out. It's good. I didn't think a game about cycling could be this... I hesitate to use the word good. But certainly... I don't know, emotive. Still, got that done. Show me the challenges. 215 or under. 19 crashes or fewer. Oh, come on. Pretty sure I did that during my exploration. Let's go for it. So, when you're on a mountain, all paths are always there, even for routes that are not part of the current challenge. Ah, right, I see. So perhaps not all challenges require me to go through all these checkpoints. Wonder if this game could do a Super Meat Boy and show all my carcasses and all of the blood as... Oh, ooh. I'm coming back from that one alive. That's a way to permanently become one with your bicycle. I need to have a word with the mountain keeper about who's keeping all these sharp rocks in the way, though. I wonder what determines when you die there, because then it just decided you're going to fall off your trot for me there. Probably has some measure for impact, but I wonder what else there is. Most of the bikes I had growing up, I would not have had the capacity to deal with all this shock. And have shock absorbers on my ones. Oh, come now, wimpy boy. That was fine. Are you big into bicycles yourself, Von Dougal, or what attracts you to this game? Come on, out you go, cycly boy. Oh, maybe not down there. It's only counting me as 2 crashes for some reason, though. Don't know what's up with that. That's just the beginner challenge, though. I'm sure we'll be fine. We can just pick it up here. Easy does it now. This feels like the kind of game that would end up on, say, the Wheel of One-Shots. Be a pretty hard game to suddenly pick up and do some of the harder challenges on. Well, I guess it all depends on what the challenge is. Speaking of, won't be long until I have to start thinking about that. Might even have to already start thinking about that after this week's weekly one-shot, I believe. If I know my calendar well, and I might not, we're going to be into October. Which means I need to source some spooky one-shots. Which is never easy. Very early on, we exhausted every spooky game out there worth its salt. Uh-oh, this time is not on my side. Pedal and pedal fast, laddie. Oh yeah, no, I'm not even close on this one. And I was berating it for being a beginner challenge. I'm left wondering where I lost all the time. I need to shave off about 10 seconds off of that for one measly bike part. Oh, we'll try another place. Halo 2 is spooky, Jake. Much more flood and fun. You owe me a Fable one-shot, so says your drunk self. You'll get your Fable one-shot, no question about it. Alright, we'll do the 4th one on this mountain before we go elsewhere. Explore run first, of course. I think Fable will have to come after the spooky one-shots, though, because having seen that game, not having seen much of it, mind, doesn't strike me as a... doesn't strike me as a particularly spooky game. Can we take a cheeky little side route down here? I bet we can. I have no doubt about it. There we go. Go! No need to endanger ourselves making that shady looking jump. Oh, this isn't right, is it? It is not right. Is there a map anywhere? Also no. Halo 2 and Legendary is hellish stuff. The wee chicken buggers from 1 start using sniper rifles and they always... Well, I have no intention of playing any more Halo. And I especially have no intention of playing it on Legendary. But you know, TBW, if you want to do your silent stream and show us all what's what, I'd be sure to tune in. And remind you every few minutes that your microphone is off. Holy moly, that takes us all the way back to the start. Are there any checkpoints here? Maybe if I take what seems to be the canon route here. Oh, I would not have the... Ah, there we go, actual checkpoints. I would not have the brass to be doing any of this. You just go down so fast. Okay, I was completely off on the wrong tangent earlier then. This is the way to go. Oh, that was fine. Survivable if nothing else. That's a bannable offense in my chat. Ask Nikki. I don't make a habit of talking to Nikki if it can be avoided. There's no one spooky part of Fable, points out Andarius, as I failed to point my way across that jump. It was spooky when I was 11. I can't think of any aspect of Fable that would be spooky. I haven't seen much of it, but my mum... Oh, jeez. My mum's a fan of Halo. Not Halo, Christ. Fable. My mother's a fan of Fable. And I think she's played all of them. But there didn't seem to be anything that spooky about it. Okay, this is getting a bit ridiculous on this one turn. Let's do it. Over, across, no need to rush it. Round we go, and down we go. Yeah, people are forcing Halo on my mind. What can I say? Clearly detracting from my cycling abilities. I think cycling would be more fun with augmented reality. I was really hoping that augmented reality would take off. But I wonder when Google Glass was abandoned, that whole idea of enjoyment kind of took to the pan. You know, have something like augmented reality, zombies are after you and you have to cycle to A to B to Z to pick up supplies or extend your life or something like that. That strikes me as a good bit of fun to add to cycling, or running, or any of the other things that make you move around a lot. Maybe not swimming, that would probably be a bit uncomfortable. Also, swimming is so much fun without any add-ons like that. No need for gimmicks. I'm not very good at swimming, but I really, really enjoy swimming. The feel, the sound, the silence. It's not silence, but you certainly don't hear people. Now I've done it. Now I feel like I need to go swimming. The indoor pools should have opened back up by now. I'll go and check that out. And do that instead of doing the weekly one-shot on time, so that Pizza wakes up 5 in the morning his time and finds that the stream's not on. Oh, I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that situation. Oof. You shouldn't have mentioned it, Pizza. You mentioned the idea of feeling like a fool waking up at 5 in the morning for a stream that doesn't happen, and now it's, whoa, what the hay bales are we doing here? Now it's on my mind. Temptation cannot be resisted. Oh well, bang goes that makeshift shortcut. They were right about using a controller for this. I gave it a quick shot with keyboard and mouse, but controller is where it's at. Wait, I feel like I've been here before. I am positive I was here earlier. What's going on? Oh, I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Right, end it all. Said end it all. You've already become so good at DDR. I dread to think what you'll become now that you've also got laser sight. I wonder why that was deadly. Would I have been okay with that if I had better suspension? Easy money. Yeah, playing DDR with glasses is the worst. Just sweat city all over them. So I'd need to do it even faster to get myself a bike part, an outfit. Oh wait, no, I think I already got though? No, these two I did. Wait, no, that makes even less sense. These two are new. I see. I see. Whatever, sign me up for the expert course. We'll get it done in no time. It is no difference to us. Pizza doesn't make a habit of showing his face in the DDR streams. I think he did once when he had to do a hands maneuver, and he seemed so discomforted by it. Maybe he had to do Bend Your Mind or Queen of Light or something like that. Quite like ITG adding hands in and the whole thing. But there's one thing I don't like, and that's if you're knackered and going down and back up again. All the blood flows to your head, and oh, it can feel really bad. I start seeing things flashing when I do that. It's like a bunch of fireflies in my... oh dear. Oh, down you go there. Like a bunch of fireflies in my vision when I do that. That can't be fun for you. Wait, where am I even going? Enough of this. Let's go and try a different place. Right, Redmoor Peaks. Gonna change the scenery here. Looks more autumnal. We have discovered a trail. Do we not have the internet out here? A solid all-rounder focusing on off-road sections and more demanding descents. Sharp corners. Oh, those are some chunky tires. Well, doesn't matter, we're still the grasshopper. One of the nice things about doing a no facecam stream is you attract people who of a similar disposition who really don't quite like them. Some people do them around here in the greater community, and more power to them, but me, I don't like it. I don't like doing it. I seldom like seeing it. I'm here for the game. This is disorientating. It's hard to tell. Oh, right, now I see what's the problem. Everything's so blurry. If it's a certain distance away from the camera, things get blurry. I understand now. But the more reddish color palette makes the track a little harder to see. Oh, that's a nice waterfall. Great water for a GBA game. This trail looked a bit longer than the ones we've been dealing with so far. It's quite a bit more varied as well. This is beautiful. Oh, so nearly flawless. That's not so much to finish this time. Down we go, straight onto the path. Down and round some more. Max's face cams, well, he's barely even there, isn't he? It's just tiny little mini Max. He takes up, what, 1% of the screen. Imagine if Jake had to hook up a stationary bike to play the... Oh, I think if I was doing this with a stationary bike, I'd be even more breathless than when I play DDR. Never had a stationary bike. I've tried one. I saw one in the gym, gave it a go, and I was like, this is pointless. Why do this when you could ride a bike? I suppose the reason being is that, well, you're not riding a bike. Maybe you should try a stationary one, but no. Not for me. Oh, oh, oh. Missed that one completely. Spam is into those, though, so maybe he could elaborate. What kind of cardio do you normally do? Not a whole lot of it. DDR and swimming, and that's the bulk of it. I hate running. I really hate running. I used to go running once every 3 days and I hated it. And I must have done that for a year and a half or 2 years. And I still hated it. Now I don't do running anymore. DDR or bust for moving my legs. Oh, almost completely missed the bridge there. That's quite nice. It feels like it's tapping into the enjoyment of playing platformers for me. What with the whole swiftly having to react with fine-tuned controls to things coming your way, and not really being so action or violence-based. Yeah, there's not things we have to kill around here. Alright, that was nice and easy. So what do you have for me? 3.5 and... Oh, well, practically got that done earlier. Running is great, says Jagger. Just says something is great if he knows other people hates it, and vice versa. He's such a weather vane. I would love to find a way to reduce the amount of blur in this game so that I can see things that are coming. Maybe it's a way to help you focus on what you're currently on, but I don't care what I'm currently on, I need to see what's coming. It's one of the first things they teach you in cycling proficiency. It's don't just look down at the front of your wheel, look at what's coming. I remember a lot of kids had to be taught to look forward and not down when cycling. Oh, we're looking down, straight down into the water. The game does have graphic options, I'm going to check that out as soon as I can. Well, as soon as I can is right now. I'm going to do it after this run is over. And hopefully get this done in that 3.5 minutes. I don't think it's looking too good, but we'll keep at it. Yeah. Oh, what a satisfying game when it all comes together. Again, much like the joy to be found in platforming in my view. Platforming gets decidedly less fun when you're stuck at the same area for half an hour just trying to make a jump or clear a difficult segment. Unfun for the player, that is. For the viewer. Oh, the amount of people struggling with King Wart, even when they know what to do with the turnips. Ah, really warms my cockles. Oh no, no, this is killing the timer. Don't even have a minute, we gotta get to the end here. Just think it's like the Endless Sky weekly one-shot. You don't even have a minute. You gotta get it done. Oh, just ask Bane how quickly the Endless Sky weekly one-shot could be done. Oh, off we go. Talk smack, get smacked. I think I got roped there. And now I have no shins. So yeah, if you missed out on that, Bane Williams wanted to show the world just how easy that Endless Sky weekly one-shot I did was. And he wanted to see just how much time he could shave off of mine. Well, normally when you go shaving, you're reducing the amount of hair on your face, but in Bane's case, he must have grown a beard during that shaving process. He added about, what was it, 20 minutes, half an hour onto my timer? On a game he knows well, apparently. Come on, where's the campsite? It's clearly hidden in that rock. Moments like that are just brilliant. I stick my neck out for these challenges every week, people laugh it up. But then when people say they can do better and then fail horribly, oh, that's where I get mine. I swear the bridge just jumped out at me. Kind of saddens me that I don't see a lot of other people doing challenge streams. I'd be very happy if other people just went to the weekly one-shot list and said, okay, I'm going to do this one. Okay, the finish line is right there. I'm positive I could get that done if I just stop chimping out at these corners. Pick up speed, maintain speed. Ah, maybe that's what the other bicycles won't do. See, I keep skittering around and losing speed. Perhaps that's the secret, not losing all that speed. Ah, I'm not sure I can shave off 2 seconds from this. That might have helped a little bit. Not if I eat the bridge again. So where the shortcuts come in, Jake, they tend to turn less. Alright, how's this for shortcutting? Yeah! I knew all those years of playing Paperboy would pay off. Should just have the time to pump it in. Oh! There we go! We crossed the finish line. 3 minutes 28 seconds? No? Okay. Go, go, go. Yeah, everyone's a critic. Easy money. I think you left a bit of skin behind the rock. Just a bit, but less than half. Okay, not too shabby, probably. What else do we get around here? Ooh, that's a lengthy one, isn't it? All around the place and nothing but... Oh, the same finish area. Do they all finish in the same place? Maybe. Well, I'll be damned. What we need to do to get to Gatehorn. Oh, we're already at Gatehorn. Ah, we don't have the next one unlocked, do we? What would it take to unlock the next one, then? Paint job, paste breaker, blueberry. Oh well, we'll get this one done. Feels like one of those games that was motivated for being put together. People that want to go out cycling but they can't because they're locked down and whatnot. Here's a game to go through a similar kind of thing. Then again, I'm not sure the kind of people that are into that are the kind to have Steam libraries, but what do I know? Not a lot, since I'm clearly not a mountain biker. Although after this kind of performance, maybe I should be. There's a lot of crossover, says Andarius. Well, here's a question for you. People that play grand strategy games, what is the largest crossover of any other game demographic? So maybe the answer is something like, oh, the largest crossover is Civilization players, you know? I'm talking about Paradox grand strategy games. Or maybe it's JRPGs for some reason. What do people think? Strategy racists? Sorry, I don't have the numbers on that one. Economy games. Racist. You might not be wrong there. Management Sim, City Builders, nope. It's Fortnite. Biggest crossover of Grand Strategy players of Paradox games with any other game is Fortnite. Oh, this is pretty. This is all sorts of pretty. Whoa, this isn't so pretty. Ooh, down we go. Although that smells like a shortcut. They say a crappy workman blames his tools, but if the tools are actually to blame, then surely a good workman would know that. And yeah, I'm blaming the bike. Oh, come now, Andarius, let's not ruin the baity discussion with some actual facts and figures here. Oh, crikey. There'd be a moment in your life where you just go, I've made a terrible mistake and I'm about to pay for it, and that's that moment. Oh, that seemed fine, though. Come on, let's just Geronimo it. That's why Paradox has an SPS project in the GeForce leak? Never heard of that. Unfortunately, I am tapped out on inside information on Paradox. It's been 2 years now. God knows what they're doing. Because I do not. Oh, that wouldn't stop me making up stuff. I could claim that I know what's going on. There we go. Surely you know about EU5. I mean, I want an EU5, but I got no knowledge on that. The only thing I can be pretty certain of is that it's going to happen someday, but that's about as certain as saying something like, you know, there are going to be other sequels to other greatly successful games that they have. That's not knowledge, that's common sense. Paradox making Fortnite 2, says former EU4. There we go, Pizza. Pizza knows how to spin it. Right, that was a nice exploration. I really like this map, so let's get it done in 3 minutes 20 or under. There's a list of NVIDIA internal files for upcoming tames. They're supposedly working on drivers for Final Fantasy IX Remake. Oh, now that is bait for me. When I was putting up the long play list very early on, one of the things I was thinking was it would be nice to play more RPGs on the channel, because it's not a game genre that I play much of. But that's not because I don't like, well, I don't like Western RPGs. But some of the ones, especially things like Secret of Mana or Secret Evermore, I wanted to give those a shot on the channel. And that's why Secret of Evermore was, if I'm not mistaken, one of the first long plays I had since leaving Paradox. And something on my mind was running Final Fantasy IX, because it's a lengthy game. I'd need a long play to get through it. I'm not quite good enough to beat that game in 12 hours and get the Excalibur 2. But every time I've thought about it, I have remembered the agonizing experience that is playing Final Fantasy IX. And I don't know if there are that many people in chat who've played it, but surely at least a dozen of you. It's not a good game to play. It's whoa. Ooh. Yeah, it's like that. And that. Wandering around on the world map. Encounter time. Better go to the kitchen and make yourself a cup of tea and prepare a 4-course dinner and have a lengthy chat with the parents on the phone and go and get yourself a PhD and earn enough money to pay off your mortgage, and then maybe, just maybe, the random encounter will have actually started. The game's got great music, fantastic visuals, but the gameplay is awful. And Darius says, some of us actually enjoy that garbage, myself included. Well, Andarius, there are many things I pity about you, and now there is one thing more. Oh. Hey, no, it looks like we righted ourselves. It's just this wimpy rider here can't handle a bit of a scratch and a bruise. Oh, that was a big waste of time. Let's just take an even bigger scratch and bruise. It's alright, water cushioned the blow. He's fine, folks. He's alright. Does this count as a good way to go? I don't know about this. I really don't know about this, but we took it. I ate that crap almost exactly this way. What are you talking about, Quintuple? I don't know if you're talking about Final Fantasy IX or about riding a bicycle. But there are some strong parallels between this experience and Final Fantasy IX. Alright, come on, down we go. Less dying, we've got goals to meet here. Oof. Oh. We're okay? No, we're not okay. I'm certain there are bicycles out there that could handle a 30-foot drop like that, no problem. Maybe the problem is the rider. I guess that's a lot of shock to suddenly have come riding up your tailbone. Final Fantasy IX on the long play vote would win 100%, says TBW. Now, come on, TBW. I've heard plenty of your claims about something that would win 100%. If I'm not mistaken, Pokemon was one of them, but Pokemon has been defeated twice now on the long play vote. I haven't read the rest of the message because I'm focusing on actually... Oh, well, now I can actually. Backing from the Weeb lobby and the Furry lobby because of Zidane. I thought it would be more because of Freya. To be forgotten is worse than death. Meta commentary on her position in the story. Oh, what's that? We're done with Burmecia? Who was Freya again? Good times. But even so, she wasn't done as dirty as Amarant was. Ah, that looked like track to me. Oh, I might actually have trouble getting the under 24 crashes, let alone the 3 minutes 20 here. Whoa! Okay, somebody turned the physics off there. The frog was called Sid. Hina Quen was the Q tribe member with the big tongue and the desire to eat frogs. For somebody smack-talking Final Fantasy IX, I do know quite a bit about it. Ah, easy peasy, both challenges complete, no problem. Certainly a lot more ghosts in these mountains by now, though. Did that give us a new place to go to or not? We unlocked a new trail, but what do we have to do to unlock a new mountain? Well, I can actually just go back and check and see if I've unlocked it. No, we have not. Okay, guess we have to do the final trail to get it unlocked. Then I do want to check out another mountain. I do also, however, want to check out the options. Display, graphics, field of depth. Wait, this is high field of depth? Oh. What's low field of depth look like? It's off field. Hold on. Ah, I see. That's making it all blurry like. Right. Let's get back into it. No more blur. This'll be a lot like the feeling of when I got that laser eye surgery. Which Pizza now knows about. Speaking of, how did it go, Pizza? Unless you're not keen on talking about your surgeries with hundreds of people. But hey, who wouldn't be? Good thing this is the exploration section. I got my LASIK 3 years ago? 4 years ago? I forget exactly when. It's been some time. I don't have dry eyes, really. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. After you get the thing, your eyes feel strangely dry and you use eye drops for a couple of months afterwards. But after that, they go back to normal. I even went back to an eye doctor, asked them to check it out, and they said, nah, they've healed perfectly. So, good, good. Because, you know, when you live somewhere with socialized doctory things, make use of it. Okay, this is all sorts of back and forthy. Must have sucked getting up this mountain. When people go mountain biking, do they also ride up or do they just walk up with their bike? Because riding up this, oh, would be murder on the legs. Maybe they should just get a helicopter to drop them off at the top. Cut out the middleman. I'd rather introduce the middleman. Oof. That's a ragdoll and a half. Oh yeah, did you smell the burning? Yeah, one of the big things that I had to come to terms with is I would constantly push my glasses up my face when I wore glasses. And it got to the point where I would just kind of karate chop my face along the top of the nose to bring it up. Because, you know, you just want to get it done quickly, so whap, up they go. So I found myself constantly chopping my face afterwards, and there's no glasses there to stop it anymore. But that habit eventually died away. Been a long time now. I hate it, though. I hate wearing glasses so much. I don't think LASIK lasts forever. I mean, eventually you'll get the old person level of eye degradation. Even then, though, I don't think I'll go to glasses. I'd rather just be horrifically incapable of seeing anything and live with that than wear glasses again. Oh! That's another way to not need glasses, just fall off and die from a mountain. I tried contact lenses, I didn't like them. I felt it was way too much of a scutter to get them in and out. And knowing me, I would just leave them in there and never change them and then develop all sorts of problems with them. Although, I hear there are ones that you just put in for like a whole year now. So if I guess I had problems again, I could just go for that. I don't know though, I'm holding out for bionics personally. Surely we're getting to the point where we can make synthetic eyeballs for people. Oh, that guy's going to need something that's going to be a lot harder to make synthetic. Implanted contact lenses. Ooh. Oh yeah, I mean, if I were to make myself in RimWorld, I'd be body modder. Slice me up all you want for that kind of stuff. We can make them, but they're still completely terrible. Yeah, but so's vegan food. So were smartphones. But you get the early adopters, you put money into it, you create an industry around it, and then hey, suddenly things start coming out that aren't terrible. Oh my goodness, speaking of doing terrible, I seem to have trouble threading this needle. Vegan food isn't that bad, it's just not good. But it's getting there. I asked my friend to give me the best vegan cheese he had. And it was about 80% as good as regular cheese. So it's getting there. Yeah, 5 times more expensive as well, there's that. Whoa, Nelly! Yeah, that didn't seem survivable, but let's go for it anyway. I think I saw your teeth flying off there. Alright, alright, alright. Phew! Now that's ball to the wall. Yeah, LASIK's not without its downsides. Like I said, there's a couple months of dry, sometimes itchy eyes afterwards. And I've found that I'm a lot more light sensitive than I was before. I was always not fond of bright lights, but now I really don't like them. I don't really see that as much as a problem, it's just something to keep in mind. Oh dear. There must be people in real life who've had that moment. You come off of a hill or something, you realise there's no ground immediately below you. You feel the weightlessness and you realise there's about 2.5 seconds until you collide with the ground and it's not going to be a happy time for you. It must be a hell of a moment. Then again, I'm not the person who's going to look up, you know, top 10 most deadly stunt crashes gone wrong kind of thing. More fun to think about than look at. Alright. I don't think I'm going to do very well on that on any kind of challenge run, but if we're ever going to find ourselves a new mountain to go up, we're going to have to do it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's actually going to be easy enough. 16 crashes or fewer. We can check out a lovely new mountain. It's 16 or fewer crashes. No problem. Okay, let's go. So, Jagger, which Pokemon would you like to be? I'm thinking of maybe coughing or wheezing or Electabuzz, not Electabuzz, Electrocute or Electrode. I wonder what these Pokemon have in common. That'd be a hell of a way to go in a permadeath run, though. Oof. Oh, whoa, 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 that's not what I wanted to do at all. had to turn around on that one and ended up just going down the soup. Seem to have some kind of mental block about making that corner. Is Mewtwo really the best Pokemon? Thinking about it, they can put up that reflect barrier, they know recovery, which is probably pretty huge. Their stats are probably immense, but... No, and Psychic type, from my memory, is a strong one, but do they really have the versatility? Are they the top freaking percentage? There are about 700 cycling fatalities in the US. How many of those are Americans having a heart attack at the thought of riding a bike? Do those get counted as that? I know that's a low-hanging fruit, but what can I say? When you're hungry, you're not going to reach high. PBW coming out with his endless Pokemon knowledge. In Gen 1 it was by far the best. He's either talking about Psychic type or Mewtwo here. They didn't need... Whoa! It's not right off the walls here without knowing what's going on. This is so much better with no field of view on. Or am I the only one that's thinking that? I don't like blur that's just added into the game. And my life has been blurry enough without it being further added. Whoa. Don't like it when games have motion blur added, or with this blurry field of view. Grim bloody times is what it is. Okay, the follow-up question is, could we do a watch together of the original Pokemon movie on Twitch? Is that a real thing that could be done? I'm beginning to hatch some devilish ideas here. Damn, I thought we were at the ending there. Would have been alright for the 240, but perhaps not. Oh. Certainly not there. Alright, no sense rushing for the 240. That one's out of my reach. Okay, how about the not dying 16 times? Is that within reach? Maybe not. Okay, let's stop getting ourselves killed. Much better. Ah, finally got that bike part going for us. Sierra Rivera. Okay, there's the answer I was looking for. It's on Prime, so in theory, yes. I'm sure I've got some free Prime kicking around somewhere. Right, taking the scenic route to finish line. Just explorer mode. Oh, no, I've got the parts to go for the Trailblazer. Crummy acceleration, crummy sprinting, crummy stability. But let's go for it. Do you really want to spend? When you put it like that, I'm not so sure, but we do it anyway. Let's enjoy the Trailblazer. Watch parties need the film to be everyone's region. Oh, what? This bite doesn't really do sprinting, does it? Sprint bar just melts away. And so do we. Magnetic attraction of those cacti, in we go. Place must be searingly hot. Oof. Oh! Wanted to take a break. Is taking a break the reward we get for going off the beaten track? I consider the visual novel Jake played to be a movie night. Stay, Stay, Democratic People's Republic of Korea. That's the one that ended in Albania. But there are different endings. You can end up in other world-renowned locations. What were the other ones available? I can only think of one, and I don't even remember what it was. The Gulag. No, we don't end up in the Gulag. Come on, let's stop off here and admire the view. There we go. Props to this game for having PlayStation prompts straight out the box. If I get a game and it does not support that, it gets a negative review no matter what. Could you end up in Grimsby? Oh yes, Syria I think was one of them. Ending up in Grimsby, that would be... What would be that? Taking a ferry from North Korea to Grimsby. First you'd ask for a refund, then you'd want the next ferry back. I talk a lot of smack for a guy that's never actually been to Grimsby. I can just say with some certainty that it's going to be an awful place. Well, thinking about it, maybe I have been to Grimsby. I went up and down the east coast of England a long time ago on a really hard-headed search for all the dance mat machines that I could find. And I played on some really good ones, and I played on some really terrible ones. The worst one I played on was a Dancing Stage Fusion in Derby. And it was hard enough to get to. Derby's just like one big awful roundabout. You can see where you want to go to, but you just keep driving in a circle unable to get there. Easy now, we don't want to eat those cactuses. They don't look particularly sharp, but neither are we. There's a Grimsby in Canada too, and it's an awful place. Oh god, no. There are more Canadians here. Oh, it's just become a Simpsons episode. There's no way in hell I would make that. Well, I wouldn't attempt that. Even if making it was possible. I enjoy my life way too much to... Oh, well, I don't think he enjoys it anyway. Oh, the bike's gonna follow. It really is a Simpsons episode. Oh! Well, it's a long drop. You got plenty of time to consider the mistakes that you've made that led you to this. I guess in that situation you would suddenly whoa. I'm not sure that was the sound of water. I get my kicks out of gambling and emotionally hurting people, not out of suicidally cycling a bike over this enormous gorge. Leave that for the real weirdos. Yeah, the other bike's probably better, but we paid 4 whole bicycle parts for this. I'm not just giving that up. Maybe this is why there are still Dutch people alive. If they had mountains and ravines like this in Dutchland... Excuse me? Oh, he's just given up. Must have been thinking about the Dutch. If they had stuff like this in the Netherlands, they'd all be dropping like lemmings. Wonder if I can buy an area of the Netherlands and do some terraforming to have this. Ah, you are exactly onto my plan here, Nix. They wouldn't be able to resist it. It would be instinctive. I must ride my bike, they would collectively think. And they would ride, and they would fall, and they would see their neighbours falling and their loved ones falling, but it's still instinct. Like the scorpion on the frog. Not bad, I quite like this. Reminds me of old Roadrunner cartoons riding around here. Let's do it again then, show me the challenges. We need to take very little time and crash very few times. Maybe the grasshopper would be better. There's a lot of stopping and starting, so some acceleration would probably be better here. Perhaps it would cull the weak and create a super race. Or maybe it would be like the Krogan in Mass Effect. Only 1 in every 10,000 Dutch survive. Somewhere a Belgian is thinking, don't tempt me with a good time. Although I don't like the colour palette here, I think I prefer this track the most out of all of them. Because it's rockier, there's a lot more satisfaction coming out of the sounds and the cornering. And it's almost paradoxically easier to tell where to follow the track in this compared to the autumnal one. Because I find the lighter part of the track easier to tell than the different shade of reddy track from the autumn one. Whoa! Well, we added a new flavour of red there. Come on, Jake, stop teasing us with this. What are my plans for the Dutch? Okay, nice and bouncy oh, maybe that's why it's called the grasshopper. Oh, maybe not. I had some expectations on this game coming into it, but this has delivered something different and altogether even better. I was thinking it would be a bit more like Excite Bike, but no, it's just playing it straight. It is just you, a bike, and a mountain. And it's really, really good. I'm reminded of another game that was just hard-headedly one thing. I forget its name, but you were wearing one of those flying suits. Maybe not flying, but gliding suits. And you've got this big chunk of randomly generated blocky things in the air that you fly through. It's got a short and basic name, something like Super Flight. But obviously not Super Flight. That game had a point system in it, though. Not a bad one at that. Risk of taking that a little too fast. That's just how I operate. Too fast. Ignore the fact that I am too late to get my reward there. I didn't get the moose, but I got the new trail. Ah yeah, so the way I see it, third mountain is better than the first mountain, it's better than the second mountain. Although, we don't yet have the fourth. Just explorer mode, let's go. Tallest mountain in the Kingdom of the Netherlands is 887 meters and is located on Saba. Saba doesn't sound like a very Dutch name for anything. Is it actually called Superflight Caddy? I'm not sure I'm willing to believe that. Probably just yanking my chain. Good game though. If it's called Superflight's really good. There's very little to it. I mean, you can earn a lot of points, and those points don't do anything. And you can survive for a very long time, but the only point of surviving is to get more points, which again, do nothing. You don't unlock anything. Nothing changes. You're going to be going through the same stuff, whether it's your first time playing or your 1000th time. But it's still a fun game to just... Ooh, maybe I'll take the less scenic route. It's an old colony, Jake. They sucked so hard they had to steal a hill from the natives. Well, that's what natives are there for. If they weren't going to be stolen from, they wouldn't be called natives. This guy's gonna need to steal himself a new shin after that. Maybe this is the wrong bike to be bringing here. Can I change that out, or do you have to go to quit? Snake's Tongue, Explore, Trailblaze. There's a website called Holland.com. Well, could be worse. There's a website called ddrjake.com now. I think on my next couple of days off, I'm going to do everything in my power to make it look like a Geosites website. And I will take all the inspiration from the still live Space Jam website. It's kind of unthinkable that something had so much budget behind it and came out looking like that website. But it's a time capsule. I don't know what the actual website is called, but Space Jam's promotional website is adorable. Oh, this is a trap! Oh, God! Woo. That was 110% a trap, and I can't stand oh, this is also a trap. ddrjake.com doesn't have an indexed homepage yet. All it has is the bingo page. But in time it'll be something. I don't know what yet. Wait, where the dickens am I meant to go from here? Ah, ooh. They've stopped giving us obvious routes now, and we've got to, dare I say, puzzle our way down. Puzzle our way down. What? This guy's got it in for me now. What did it all mean? Ah, well, no, this looks like it could be a good way down. Ah, there we go. Oh. We went too far. To make a very apt bicycle analogy, I think the game has taken the training wheels off now. It was Race the Run. You ran it during a wheel of one-shots. No. No, that was a different game, where you raced the sun. I'm thinking of a game where you fly. It's you in one of those flying bodysuits, or gliding bodysuits. There we go. Much better. Surprised I don't get a checkpoint after all that, though. Oh, there's my checkpoint. There we go. This is where the game takes off a lot more. I'll try that again. This is where the game takes off a lot more. Going fast and taking those turns feels good. Slowly descending like that felt considerably less good, but I guess when you know the tracks, you can do it a lot more aggressively. Oh, but this is good. This is so good. Oh no, not again! It was a little different at least. Yeah, I think it was Super Flight, and yes, it was very blocky. I think even your character was just a really simple pile of blocks. That was good landing. I guess he went into Pain Shock. Sounds. I could just listen to this game for a long time, let alone playing it. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I didn't play it on stream. I should always add that caveat when talking about a game. I must have streamed over 500 different games by now, and that's something I'd actually like to categorize at some point. I might even use that website to do it. List of all games streamed with a link to all of the streams. Oof. So it'll be able to brutally disappoint people who go, oh right, he's going to play this game I love, and it's me either doing it massively incompetently, just for a short while, or hating on the game the whole way. Let's try this way for a change. No real change. Finally. Sounds like a lot of work. I actually quite like doing menial work like that. Grunt work, like chopping wood. And most of the work is done already because I have always kept a list of every weekly one-shot, 2 Hours of Hell, long play, and punishment game I've ever done. And that is going to account for about 85% of the different games that I've ever streamed. I had some very good ideas when I started out in this whole streaming lark. The best one by far was to maintain the YouTube channel. It's a huge pain in the ass to keep my videos on YouTube. You gotta cut them up, export them, put title, put description, schedule time that it goes up. And then there are the problems. Oh, this has copywritten content on it. Someone else is claiming that this is their video, even when it's clearly not. Oh, someone else has taken your video and is claiming that it's your own. Here's the thing you need to fill in to tell them to please stop doing that. And I've got how many videos now? 3,000? I don't know, a lot of them. It's a big old pain in the butt. But I started doing it from the very start, so it became routine. If I were to start doing it now, I just wouldn't even bother. Hey! Oh, that was a really nice route. I struggle to think I'm going to handle the challenge for it, though. Ooh. What do you want me to do here? 18 crashes or fewer should be easy to do. Smuffati paradoxically saying that they're a YouTube scrub, but thanking me here live. Don't know how that works. It was just a very good idea that well, not young Jake, younger Jake had. I'm not even sure it was a particularly well-spirited idea. It was probably something I did during my long night shifts at work. Where I went, well, I've got absolutely nothing to do for the next 12 hours except for a bunch of patrols and checking these cameras in a place where nothing happens. I mean, that's the setting for a film where a lot of things happen, but only 2 exciting things ever happened on my job, and they were both happening when I was not on shift. And I don't think I can talk about either of them. Well, a guy got sliced in half. There's one of them. And that would have been a pretty huge thing to happen on my shift, but it didn't happen on my shift. And, oh no, not this again. Well, up goes the crash counter. And what was the other one? What was the other one? The Elgin disaster. If anybody knows or has heard about that. Hey, not on my shift. There we go. I definitely can't go into more details about either of those things, but that would have been my responsibility if it had been my shift, but it wasn't. Take the trap at full speed. Sometimes you need to go charging into something even when you know it's a trap. No, 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 it wasn't murder. It was a horrific accident. Well, is anything truly an accident? Anyway, it wasn't murder and he didn't die. People can survive quite a lot of things. I saw the guy later on. He seemed to be in good spirits about the whole thing, but he lost a lot of weight. Who knows, maybe he's watching right now. Oh. Well, here's another guy who's about to lose some weight. Did you go from security guard to game director at Paradox? Heavens, no. I went from security guard to QA at Paradox. Actually, come to think of it, I was a streamer by then as well, so I guess it was streamer to QA at Paradox. That said, security guard work, if you are the kind of person that doesn't get bored, it's pretty great. It's, well, assuming that you are working somewhere that's not particularly rowdy and doesn't have people getting cut in half often, it can give you a lot of time to yourself. The pay is miserable, the hours are horrible, but sometimes that's not a problem. A lot of night shift work, and if you're a night owl, that can be pretty good. Although, I was speaking to one of my friends who needed a job, and I recommended security work to him. But he actually got posted somewhere really, really awful. Like, he, well, awful from my point of view, because there was actually a lot of work to be done there. He likes to read, and I was like, oh, well, if you get this job, you'll have all the time in the world to read, because nothing ever happens. And he gets posted somewhere that There's no downtime. You're always doing something. Jake, my father-in-law used to work in a factory. The stories he told me of people who didn't follow the health and safety guidelines point some bad thing happened. Oh yeah, there's a reason they have those. It's not to ruin all your fun. Okay, that was definitely not done in time, but it got us a new trail. Let's go check it out. Ah yeah, factory works. There's some danger involved. I mean, we've all seen that German health and safety video about factory work. You know, the guy with the forklift driver. You know what I'm on about. It's a classic, says Zergle. And he's right, it is. Oh, don't sell them off too easily, Dark Young. If you want to hear Dark Young's factory stories, tune into his RimWorld playthroughs. That where you can hear the stories of a monster as he's being monstrous. Oh, they put a little lip at the end of that just to make it more deadly than it has to be. Okay, we survived that. Oh, crikey. Now, see, the difference is, when Dark Young tells us factory stories, it's probably going to be about the time that he ripped people in half. I actually have to think about how I come down here. Ooh, and that's not the way down. Alright, ball to the wall. No, that's not doing it either. I thought I had good suspension on this thing. I've been missold this bike. His lawyer tells him not to talk about that. Don't be silly. Nobody in Scotland can afford a lawyer. And I doubt anyone in Scotland practices law. Actually, that one's too facetious to even be believable. Scots law is a big thing. Differs heavily from the rest of the UK. We just love to be special cases. So there's always this caveat of, oh, under Scots law, blah blah blah. And how dare you, aristocrat, not know all these Scots laws? You know what? Somebody just moments ago says that this feels like trucking without the music, and although this game is clearly nothing at all like trucking, it does evoke the same feelings for me. At least in the driving parts, I suppose. This game could probably be improved if we had one of those little, well, very little carriage things on the back of the bike. Those exist, right? They're little things you can strap to the back of your bike on wheels so you can ride around with some luggage. Or am I imagining that? The more I think about it, the more dangerous it sounds. There we go, as usual. I know what I'm talking about. It's an easy game to talk over. There's a lot to focus on, much like the driving, but it's also stuff of relatively low consequence. You know, here, oh, there's a rock. Okay, no big deal. Oh, you're into water. Okay, no problem. Same with trucking. Oh, there's a roundabout. Okay, oh, there's a family of 5 in that sedan. Crunch. Not my problem. And believe it or not, the controls are similarly satisfying. It feels really good to be steering a great big chunky steering wheel when doing the trucking, especially because of the resistance that it offers. You have no idea how good it feels to turn that Porsche 911 steering wheel. But this, although the movements are quite subtle, feel really good. This game reacts very well to input. No, 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 no. There was a family fun. It's pavement pizza now. Alright. Get this done, and we... Oh, there's still another trail to be done. Ah, let's get to it. Should be no problem. My brother working in the Navy has seen people go crazy due to so many weeks at sea and go on a rampage. Really? I guess there's some people that can't take that level of isolation, but to me it sounds like heaven. Maybe not being at sea, though. I don't mind being in water. On water, though? In a boat or submarine? I guess on top of that you have all the Navy pressures on you, whatever those may be. Oh, crikey, let's not read chat when we're trying to go over this waterfall. That was Shizo putting in a highlighted message that caught my eye. And that very nearly took our friend here over the edge. Ooh. Besties have found a new home after that drop. Ah, brutal. Hang on, maybe this is faster than going along and back there. Just go down here. Oh, that seems like a whole lot It's a different route. Probably shouldn't take a new route. Unexplored, untested, but we got places to be. Oh, come on. Where is the DDR? Where are the arrows at, says Wilshire88. Last time I played DDR was probably on Wednesday, and it was a terrible session. I was just not feeling right that day. Felt like my ankles were gonna snap. But you get bad days of DDR, similarly you get good days. Actually, having bad days at DDR is kind of the theme right now. Pizzarific can't play because he's got his lasery eye things. They tell you not to do any exercise for a couple of weeks after that. Oof. That guy won't be doing any exercise for a while. Fish Lips had some pretty grim times playing as well, and then I had my big mess up there. I got Paranoia disrespected. But I'll have my revenge. I want to clear that non-stop 100 someday. Oh. I'd also like some depth perception someday. It's alright though. I'm sure seeing new people and new players pick up DDR will be just the motivation I need to get even better. We good? Oh, we're good. We're under the crashes and easily 2 minutes. Nice. Alright, let's check out that last trail then. This game's really good. I'm kind of in disbelief at how good this game is. Especially when you see it and go, oh, it's just cycling. And then you're like, yeah, it's just cycling. But there's the thing, Jagger was able to get better than me at DDR in 1 year. And this is a game I've been playing for about 15 years. Surely, young, you can do even better. I think there's only two things I hold over Jagger in DDR, because he's got more stamina than me, he's faster than me. He can play a whole lot longer than me as well, no doubt. But he can't do crossovers and he can't clear Paranoia Respect. Now I can't clear Paranoia Respect either, but I have, at some point, done it. It's going to make it all the more crushing when he's able to do both of those things. And they're probably going to go hand in hand. Did I say Jagger when I meant pizza? Probably. It's the problem of talking, playing, and reading chat at the same time. Comprehension just flies out the window. Or, maybe I've got clairvoyance. Jagger is actually a brilliant DDR player. And he's been playing Koi all this time. Ah. Gotta be careful about those clairvoyant moments, though. Got me into deep trouble exposing the furry crowd. Well, this is something. Where am I? Oh well, I'm on the route. Good enough. I don't know about you, but I can barely see here. Oh, that does it. Does it rather nicely. $180, no suspension. That was good. That actually felt like I had dust in my eye. That was so convincing. So immersive. And that was so rotten. You commit to the jump and then the camera pans out and shows you the rock in the way. Go, 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 go. Speed is the name of it. Oof. Saw the edge of the map there, though. My least favorite part of biking is going downhill. Really? I had to ride a bike a lot as a kid, and not in a good way. In the, you know, the nearest village is 5 miles that way, and it's all uphill kind of affair. And yeah, I learned to hate the uphills and love the downhills. I will never set my brightness to something other than 0. Oh, can we take a break here? Looks like a take a break place. Or, how about a break place? Become one with a fish. Be like water, no longer solid. I think we're already considerably past the 2 hours that I normally play these games for, but I'm curious to at least see the last mountain. So we're going to get this one done with its challenge as well, and then go and see what the 4th mountain is all about. Are they going to release more content for this? Maybe some more mountains, some different bikes, a motorbike. They've got a pretty great game here. Seems like opportunity. I can't think of any other game like this. Alright, bring it on. New mountain if I do this with 19 or fewer crashes, which I just did, so this should be easy money. There was at least one DLC with an added mountain when I played. I haven't checked recently. That's as good a business venture as any. Make more DLC mountains. Oh, whoa! Oof. Okay. Oh, if you reset back to the very start, it won't count the crash. Now that's nice, because otherwise the temptation is just to restart the map anyway. Which is what I did earlier. Hopefully I can luck my way down the mountain again when the sandstorm comes. No? Okay. Seemed like the obvious joke. I also wonder if you can kamikaze your way into the checkpoints so that you can trigger the checkpoint on your way down, die horribly, and then respawn there. Maybe you need to be in a not dying state to trigger them, though. Oh, no, Dougals is saying that you can hit checkpoints like that. Well, how about that? I've just got this natural instinct when it comes to figuring out the exploits, which I haven't put to use in way too long. Man, I miss that. There used to be a time where I would just load up EU4 and stare at it, thinking, okay, I want to do this thing. It doesn't seem like I can do it, so how can I do it anyway? A lot of long nights in security spent like that as well. Alright, let's just blindly go. Maybe not that blindly. Or maybe not that much go. Ah, wonderful. I remember the chill when you revealed the OPM mingles. Now that was something of a magnum opus for me. A lot of work went into that off stream, actually. I forget what the original vision was. No, even if I say what I think it was, I'm going to be creating a new story that probably didn't happen. But what the hell? There must have been something that told me that you could have the celestial mechanics, whatever they were back then, without being hampered by the celestial problems. And then I looked for any way to form a nation for it, and the Moogles was the one. Except you had to go bankrupt as an OPM and have all the Christ, I don't know. The video's up there, so I know it happened, but heaven help me if I can remember what happened. That's what my life is going to be in like 10 or 15 years. I'll have no idea what I've done over the past 20 years. And I'll have to watch my own videos to piece together my own life. And you know what? That doesn't sound so bad. Actually I have been watching some of my Frostpunk videos lately. Because I've come to the realization that they're really good. YouTube recommended me my own... Which one was it? I think it was the Child Labour Only run, or the Utopia run. And I was like, oh, silly YouTube, why are you recommending my own videos to me? I ended up watching it anyway, and I was like, wow, this is really good. Oh, I wonder what he's going to do next. So yeah, I imagine there's going to be a lot more of that in my dotage. Alright, easy money. Let's check out that new mountain. Mount Riley? Ah, looks very similar to the first one. No, those are different trees. Oh, but they're some of the same trees. Oh well, let's do it. Five Finger Lakes. Behave. Yeah, Operation Pig. I have tried watching some other people's Frostpunk videos, and they were dreadful. Like, really dreadful. I don't like to lay into other people's work, but I know the game pretty well, and then seeing people who think they know it very well and are playing really badly is kind of like, ugh. Reminds me of the early days of watching some popular people's Europa Universalis videos. They claim they master the game, and I'm watching it going like, you're playing as the Ottomans, you've lost all your manpower taking on Ramazan, what the hell are you doing? Ah, such young and innocent days. DDR elitist. It's just my opinion. But you have a problem there, Fishlips. You think if you play Frostpunk, you're gonna feel punked out. I've enjoyed watching other people stream Frostpunk. People from this community, that is. I don't go and watch other rando streams of it. Well, not anymore. I seem to recall Baron, if he did do Frostpunk, he did quite fine at it. But I might have completely misremembered. Maybe it was Nitro. Somebody whose, you know, their trademark is glaring incompetency. Played it and did fine at it. It's not that difficult a game, though. It's one of those games that looks difficult, and it becomes difficult because it intimidates you with how difficult it seems. But then you play it, and it's like, well, you know, not bad, not bad. That's why I've had to come up with all these challenges, because the game itself, even on extreme mode, is just... it doesn't take long to get established. Especially if you have the mindset of playing resource-based games. Any of them, really. Just understand what you need, go towards it. Know where you have to triage what you have and don't have. Oh, this is such a good track! Oh, going down that felt so good. All whilst talking about triaging. What a shame, we have to go down it again. You said it in one of your streams, you don't need to save everyone, don't care if some people die, makes it very easy, or something along that lines. Certainly being less humane does make things easily. So, something I came to learn, and well, let's just go with it. Something I came to learn is that 11-bit keep metrics on how inhumane their players are. When you make horrible decisions in their games, so that would be in Frostpunk, This War of Mine, and I don't know if Morta has that kind of stuff. I haven't played Morta. It's been on my to-playlist for a long time, but I just don't feel drawn to it for some reason. They check and see just how much humanity is in their player base. And to the best of my knowledge, they don't publish that. It's just something they keep for themselves. They probably use it for designing systems in their game. Maybe less systems, more the narrative. Nothing unusual, though. Any games company worth their salt has metrics like that. Some game companies run on those metrics, especially mobile games or free-to-play games. They live and die off of those. Highest and most well-paid positions in some of those company are the people who do analytics, because they make all of their decisions based on it. It's kind of disgusting, to be honest. The immoral list, you were on top. Like, I have done things in that game. Things that have sickened some people. Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up there. This was very good. This was very, very good. It didn't do what I thought it would do. I didn't expect it to be such a played straight biking game. But sometimes that's what it takes to make something that's really good. They just went at this wanting you to enjoy the experience of biking downhill. And I'm not even sure if it comes across very well just from watching the game. The feel of it. The feel of just, you know, slightly tweaking the controls a bit and it being the difference between having an awesome glide down the side of a mountain or sending yourself ragdolling over some rocks into the gorge. It's palatable. But the pallet is now empty. We have eaten our fill of this. I'll be back tomorrow. I can't resist it any longer. I'm going to run through that Pokemon ROM hack, permadeath, and it's probably going to be quite horrible for a lot of people, but probably not for me. It looks like a lot of fun. So until I'm back with that tomorrow, it's a cheers and a cheerio.